Hey there, everyone. This is Samuel Johnson, and I'm here to make an announcement. So, if you've been following my channel for the last several months, then you know that last summer I started doing a side vlog focusing on the various Spider-Verse related comics, and I called that vlog the Spider-Verse Retrospectives. And the whole purpose of the vlogs, well, as I just said, was just to look at the various Spider-Verse comics. As at the time, I had been rereading my Spider-Verse comics as I was building, because I was excited for the release of the trade collection for Into the Spider-Verse, and as I was reading through them, I thought, well, maybe I could talk about these comics, though I was a little wary at the time, because if I did look at them, I wanted to structure it a little differently than how I did my regular vlogs. And so I decided I would look at the books issue by issue, and because there were so many Spider-Verse related comics, I wanted to try and, instead of doing it like one video a week, I wanted to do 3 videos a week, releasing them every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, mostly because I wanted to see if I could get through them in a quick manner. As such, for the last several months, I stuck to this format, just looking at one Spider-Verse related comic for every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and I continued doing that for those various months. However, something I mentioned early on when I did these vlogs was they were essentially an experiment. They were essentially me trying to figure out if I could look at these comics the same way that could look at like movies or cartoons and so forth. And likewise, and so as a result, I was very and as a result, so as a result, the videos were not just about, talking about Spider-Verse comics, which I'll admit right now I did genuinely enjoy the books, but also whether I could find enjoyment in them the same way that I enjoy talking about, like, movies or the shows and so forth. And I'm sad to say that I think that experiment ended in failure, not at least with the way that I was looking at them, because quite frankly, I was not having. I was not. I have not been having fun with the Spider-Verse vlogs for the longest time. Basically, rather than them being something that I was actively looking forward to, I found myself kind of getting bored with them. Mostly because with how I was looking at the books, not via doing them like piecemeal and looking at portions of a story before looking at the grander picture, I found that I was kind of rushing it a little. My opinions didn't really feel complete, and likewise, because I was rushing the videos out so quickly one after another, I was kind of not letting enough. I was not really letting the comics. I wasn't really letting the comics that I looked at sit up here before I started moving on to the next. And as a result, I wasn't appreciating the works like I did with, say, Ben 10 or the MCU or even Code Lyoko. Basically, for the last few months, I haven't been enjoying myself when doing the vlogs, but I kept to them, because I figured I started these vlogs, the least I can do is see them through to the end, because once they're done, I can at least stop, take a break, and then maybe eventually come back to them when a new Spider-Verse comic is released, because at the time that I'm recording this, there is another Spider-Verse related comic that is currently being released on a monthly basis. However, the thing is, as I was getting closer to the end, I found that I was less motivated to do these vlogs, and at one point, I was kind of so demotivated to do them that I kind of didn't want to do a Spider-Verse vlog that day, and as a result, I wanted to try and pull back on the vlogs, mostly because I've been getting closer and closer to the end of the Spider-Verse retrospectives, or at least a break, and as a result, I thought, and the thing is, it wasn't helped, but the thing is, starting a few weeks ago, I was kind of overloading myself with vlogs, as I was doing vlogs on the Marvel series What If, and the thing is, since I was still doing Spider-Verse every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, combined with my regular Friday vlog, it meant that for 5 days a week, I was vlogging. And quite frankly, while I was enjoying some of the vlogs, I thought it just didn't feel fun to me. It felt like it was more a chore than anything. And as a result, I decided that the best thing that I could do was pull back, like I said. And so I thought maybe I could just do the vlogs once a week like I do my regular vlogs. Well, sadly, that's not doing it for me either. Because It's because it feels like I'm dragging things out more, and the problem that I initially feared the problem I tried to avoid by packing all the comics into multiple days a week is sadly now present, as it now feels like instead of getting this over with, I'm just kind of dragging things out, and as a result, it makes the vlogs honestly not something that I'm looking forward to. Even today, told myself I gotta look at issue 4 of Extreme Venomverse, but I wasn't looking forward to it. And the thing is, even when I assured myself that I'm almost done, because I am nearing the end, because I was nearing the end of the Spider-Verse comics, because after Extreme Venomverse was Death of the Venomverse, and after that I could stop. But the thing is, even when I thought about that, I began thinking about the next Edge of Spider-Verse comic. And while I'm looking forward to getting that comic, I will be happily getting the trade when it comes out. When I thought about it, I was not looking forward to vlogging about it at all. I was not looking forward to continuing the vlogs or bringing them back up. If anything, I was dreading it. And the thing I realized was, I'm not liking these vlogs anymore. Even so close to the end, they're not something I want to do anymore. And it's because of that reason that I have to announce this. I'm canceling the Spider-Verse retrospectives. The way I handled them and the way that I looked at the comics was sadly, it was not conducive to productivity for me. And I know that my vlogs are already low budget / no budget enough, but part of the reason I even do these vlogs is for funsies. I don't do them because I want them to aspire to something great. I do them because I think they're fun. I do them just because I want to share my opinions with you. And if the vlogs aren't fun, then I'm less motivated to do them. The last time I had this problem was when I was looking at Code Lyoko. But I can at least give Code Lyoko, but at least Code Lyoko was still once a week, and I still had fun while watching the shows, while watching the show. It's just talking about it was a problem because the story tended to kind of drag a little. Doesn't mean the show was bad, I'm just stating my stance on that. And likewise, while I am enjoying the Spider-Verse comics, with how I packed them together, it feels like that there's too much packed into 1 week, and then when I tried pulling them back, it now feels like I'm dragging them out. And as a result, I'm just not having fun. These are not the Spider-Verse retrospectives are videos that I actively do not look forward to, and quite frankly, if I'm not looking forward to doing them, I don't see any reason to keep doing them. And I know many of you are going to say, why am I quitting now when I'm so close to the end? But the thing is, like I said, these videos were kind of an experiment to see if I could look at these comics the way I did. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I think that experiment was a failure. Does this mean I'm not going to look at comics ever again in the future? No, I might do comic vlogs in the future, mostly because there are 2 shows that I've looked at, or will be looking at, that do have comics that I want to talk about. But when I look at those books, you can bet your ass that I'm not going to be looking at them in the same way that I did Spider-Verse. And if I do want to talk about comic series in the future, I am not going to be structuring it the way I did Spider-Verse. So, as such, while I will still say that the Spider-Verse comics are good, I still am happy to read them, I'm still happy to own them, and I am looking forward to getting the next Edge of Spider-Verse trade when it comes out. As for these vlogs, they're just done. I'm sorry for anyone that looked forward to the Spider-Verse retrospectives, but I'm just not enjoying these vlogs, and quite frankly, I don't really want to continue them. Even if I reach the end of Death of the Venomverse, I don't want to keep coming back to these vlogs. I am just done. And I'm sorry. For those of you who genuinely enjoyed the Spider-Verse retrospectives, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to take this away from you, but ultimately this is just my decision, and quite frankly, I think I'm just better off sticking to my Friday vlogs for now. So again, I'm sorry, but with all that said, I guess that's really it. I am canceling the Spider-Verse retrospectives, and well, I have absolutely no idea if I'm ever going to bring him back. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you another time. Take care.